கூட இருக்கான்னு ஆடுறேன்.
என் கண்ணுக்கு ஒரு கருப்பு உருவம் தெரியுதுமா.
மரணம் சம்பவிக்கும்.
At the beginning of the movie, we see a journalist named Murugan in Malaysia. He says that Malaysia is home to the largest Tamilian population outside Tamil Nadu. Despite the huge Tamilian influence, the way Malaysians communicate, their food, their beliefs, cultures, traditions, etc. differ in many ways. He started documenting all their interesting stories, particularly the paranormal ones. Now one day he meets Shankar for a story, who tells him that 6 months ago, Guru, Anbu, and himself happened to play a game called Spirit of the Coin. We then see them playing the game, where Shankar pricks his finger and places it on the coin and tries to summon the spirit. The coin moves to yes, and Shankar asks the spirit its name. The coin moves again and tells its name is Kennedy. Guru doubts that Shankar is moving the coin, but he says he is not doing this and asks him to ask something. Guru asks Shankar to ask the spirit for his great-grandfather's name, and when Shankar does so, the spirit tells the name Anirudh. Anbu asks him if it's correct, to which he says no, and reveals that there is no spirit here, he was just fooling around with them. Now knowing this, Shankar gets angry with him and says he need not play with them. Guru leaves there, and Shankar asks Anbu if he has a much older coin. He shows him the oldest coin from his collection, and Shankar pours a drop of his blood on it. Now before they start playing, Guru asks Shankar to invite a pretty female ghost. Shankar then tries to summon the spirit again, and Anbu says the coin is getting warm. Soon the coin starts moving and Shankar asks Guru to get a pen and paper. He asks him to concentrate on the coin and draw what it's trying to say. Guru draws it and the word comes out as Palani, and Anbu says maybe Palani could be the name of the spirit. However, Guru reveals that it's his great-grandfather's name. Shankar asks Guru if he can get some chili powder or flour from the kitchen. Guru brings coffee powder and Shankar asks him to sprinkle some of it on the board. The spirit then tells them that her name is Malika and she is 23 years old. She died in 2010 by drowning in a river and she was a student at University Utara, Malaysia. Guru asks her to give them a sign if she is a real spirit, as he thinks one of them is doing this. Shankar asks her if she can tell Anbu and him a secret that they don't know about Guru but only Guru knows. Malika asks Guru if should she tell them about what he did with a girl in this house. Guru freaks out and spills coffee on the board, and Shankar gets furious seeing this. Now that night, Shankar wakes up hearing some sound, and when he comes downstairs, he hears a girl laughing. Only then he notices that a girl is crying behind him sitting near the piano. She asks him to come close to her, and then she turns and gets up and asks him if he wants her. The next day, Guru searches for Malika over the internet, and after a while, he gets her pictures and prints it out. Later, when Shankar and Anbu return home, he shows those pictures to them and tells them it's Malika. Shankar asks him where did he get this from, to which he says he surfed the internet to find out whether yesterday's incidents were true or not, and he found these photos on an old University of Malaysia blog posted by a guy named Deepak in 2010. Later, Shankar brings a Tamil alphabet chart and says it will be useful to them. They then start playing the game again where she confirms that it's her in the photo, and when Guru asks her how did she drown in the river, she answers betrayal. Anbu asks her if she has any desires, to which she says revenge. Now when Shankar asks her if she can give them a 4-digit number so that they can win the lottery, she says yes, but what she will get in return. Shankar says they can give her anything, to which she asks for a 2-legged animal. Shankar agrees to this, but Guru says it is fine until they wanted to play the game, but now they are taking it way too far and he asks them to end this right now. Only then Malika asks if he is showing off because Thapan and Chakan are with him. Shankar says he doesn't get it, but Guru gets furious and leaves there. Shankar gets scared seeing him so angry and tells her that they will talk later. The next day, Guru tells Shankar that last night he had a dream in which Malika appeared before him in a terrifying form and tried to kill him by strangling him. He then hands him a tuft of hair and tells him this is Malika's hair. Now Shankar gets terrified and Guru tells him this is not Malika's spirit. He had his suspicions when she said out his ancestor's name, and now she is talking about Thapan and Chakan. He tells him that since Lord Ganesha has a big belly, his grandma would address him as Thapan, and in Madurai, Lord Shiva is addressed by another named Chakan. Both of these gods have been worshipped by his family for generations, and now she is asking for a 2-legged animal. They then return home and start playing, and Shankar asks Malika why did she disturb Guru in his dream. But Guru asks angrily who she is. The spirit asks if they want her to confront and tell, to which Guru says he is not scared of her. Shankar asks her what she wants, to which she says a 2-legged animal. This enrages Guru and he puts his foot on the table saying he wants to talk to her face to face. Shankar pushes him back, and the spirit tells them that death will arrive soon. Guru asks Shankar to tell her to kill someone now, and then he leaves with the coin and the chart, and as he throws them out of the house, the lights go off. And the next morning they find Guru dead in the bathroom. Shankar tells Murugan that everyone thought Guru slipped and died because he was drunk, and the forensic report too declared he was drunk. But only he and Ambu knew that it was Malika who caused Guru's death. Murugan asks him how he is so sure about it, to which he says he wants to tell him something Ambu doesn't know. The day Guru died, when he went to pick him up, he saw that coin there. After that incident, they didn't want to stay in that house anymore, and the coin is still there. He then takes him to Ambu and tells him that after Guru's death, he got the chart and kept saying Malika is the reason Guru died. Murugan then asks him if he can have a look at that coin. Now that night, Shankar takes him to that house where Murugan asks him if he can have a look at Malika's photo. He shows him her photo, and then Murugan asks him where did Guru died. He shows him the place but says he will not go there. Murugan goes there alone and takes out the coin from the drain. He then comes out and tells him that it looks like the currency from his country, but he doesn't understand what's written here. He then shows him Ambu's coin collection, and Murugan asks him if he knows who Ambu bought this coin from. Shankar tells him whenever he buys something, he makes a note of it in a notebook. They then find that a guy named Deepak sold this coin to Ambu. Shankar then shows him that photo and tells him Deepak uploaded this photo in the year 2010 and that Malika told them that she died in the year 2010. Murugan says if they find Deepak, they will know who is Malika and they can decode the mystery of her death. They then decide to go to the address given by Deepak, and Ambu says he will also go with them. The next day they leave for Penang. Murugan calls her mom and says he is sending her a photo and asks her to get the information about it from his dad. Now when they go to Deepak's house, they get shocked to see Malika there, and Shankar asks her about the coin. She asks him how they get this coin. They then tell them the whole story, and Shankar says he wants to know how his friend died and what is the relation between her and this coin. Malika tells them she stayed in a hostel when she was in her second year of college. Sarah was her roommate there, and they visited Museum Lemba Bujang once. She saw many archaeological findings there and noticed the Indian influence of the olden days. She was very interested in archaeology, so she joined a part-time archaeology course there. One day they took them to a paddy field for an assignment where she finds a spot on the excavation site. Suddenly a lady appears there and Malika asks her why is the soil like this. She tells her that the soil is not yet fertile, and then she leaves there saying it is not advisable to be here alone, and she found the coin there only. Then after a few days, she started feeling someone's presence in the room whenever Sarah was not in the room. Then one day, Sarah asks her about the marks on her neck, thinking them of as love bites. When she checked them later, she found spots on her neck and her back as well. Then one night when she was at a market, an old man there asked her to meet him. The man tells her that he sees a black entity behind her and he thinks she is in great danger, and he asks her to meet him at the temple tomorrow, but she didn't take his words seriously. Then one night they were celebrating Sarah's birthday when she saw something while Sarah was busy clicking photos. Later, she goes to the washroom and sees a black figure behind her in her phone's camera. Now that night while she was sleeping, her fingers start bleeding, and she woke up hearing some sound and gets terrified seeing an entity licking her blood. She tries to wake up Sarah and tells her there is someone there, but she finds no one there and tries to calm her down. Only then someone knocks on the door, and she hears Sarah asking her to open the door, and she realizes it's not Sarah but the entity with her in the room. After that, she went to the temple to meet the old man. She tells him there is a problem in her hostel, to which he tells her that the problem with her. He asks her if has she been to a cemetery or an old house lately, or has she taken something that is not hers. He tells her there is an unsettled spirit following her around. She tells him she visited a paddy field for an assignment and brought back an old coin that she found there. He tells her that the mere coin that she possesses is seen as a sole treasure by the spirit. She better returns the coin from the place she took it and apologizes that she took it. He then performs a puja and gives her a vel and sacred ash, asking her to keep it with her always. When she returns to her hostel, she gets terrified seeing that entity waiting for her in her room, and it starts moving towards her. Now out of fear, that sacred ash falls down from her hands, and strangely that entity picks up that ash and applies it to its forehead. Malika then puts that vel in front to protect herself, but that entity breaks it too and says he is the one who prays to the father of Sapan, and then it disappears from there. After that, she asked Deepak to return the coin to the field, and then she went back to her hometown. Only then Shankar asks him the meaning of father of Sapan, to which he says it's another name of Lord Murugan and the father of Sapan is Lord Shiva. Shankar asks if it's a ghost, why would it say such a thing? To which Murugan says what if it's not a ghost? He says from the moment she took the coin from its place, she got into trouble. Later, Deepak sold the coin to them. After 7 years, they played the game using the coin and got into trouble. It pretended to be Malika with them both, but showed its actual self to Malika. Why did it pretend to be someone else to them? Shankar says when they played that day, Guru asked for a pretty female ghost. Murugan says the whereabouts he told them about Malika was all true, except that she died by drowning in an invisible river. Malika says she took this coin from a river and shows them the map of 𝐀𝐑𝐏. During those days it was known as Kataram and the entire area was a sea. There was an ancient trade city there and the place was once invaded by Emperor Rajendran Chola. Over time, the wide river became narrower and broke into smaller branches. As time passed, these small rivers became shallow and muddy puddles were formed. She found the coin from the paddy field which was once a muddy swamp. Murugan says it pretended to be Malika so they could meet her in real life because it's only she who knows the whereabouts of the spirit. And it killed Guru because he tried to obstruct its quest. He asks Malika if she can take them to that paddy field. But 𝐷𝐵𝐃 asks them to take that coin and leave. He says it's their problem so they should deal with it. It enraged Shankar and he punches 𝐷𝐵𝐃 saying he is the real culprit. If he had left the coin there, none of this would have happened. He asks him to return the coin to the place she took it from, or show them the place and they will do it. Only then Murugan gets a call from his dad, who tells him that the coin looks ancient and he guesses these coins were used during the Pandyan era that ended around 1800 years ago. The coin also has a symbol that looks like a human holding a trident and maybe it's a depiction of Lord Shiva or a symbol of worshipping Lord Shiva. Malika then takes them to the place from where she got that coin, and she places that coin there and apologizes for her mistake. But Murugan picks up that coin and starts digging that place, and they are all shocked seeing this. 𝐷𝐵𝐃 then takes Malika from there, and Shankar asks Murugan what is he doing. Only then he finds a piece of iron there, and he asks Shankar if he will help him dig this and look for what's inside. After a while, they find a skeleton there and an anchor that looks like the symbol on the coin, and the skeleton looks like has been chained to this anchor. Only then Murugan notices Ambu attacking him and he saves himself. He then says Guru's death was not caused by a ghost and asks Ambu to tell him the truth. He asks Shankar to think why didn't the coin that killed Guru didn't do anything to Malika. He tells him that while they were at Malika's place, he noticed Ambu's eyes were only focused on the coin. Even at his place, he was all focused on the coin. Shankar asks Ambu if he killed Guru, to which he reveals that the other day while he was out looking for Guru, he played the game again so that he could speak with Malika privately. Just like he wanted his lottery numbers, he asked her to cure his legs and it asked for a two-legged animal. He thought he could provide a duck or a chicken, but Malika asked for a human body. Then that night after they both dozed off, he went to look for the coin because he wanted to speak to Malika. Malika then made him stand on his feet for a minute and says if he wants to restore his legs permanently, he should reach the dead riverbed, find the hidden anchor, and bring the dead human body there. She then asks her to sacrifice his friends, and only then Guru comes there to find him playing the game. He takes that coin into the washroom and starts flushing it, but Ambu pushes him to stop him and Guru dies in all this. Now Shankar says so he is the two-legged animal he wants to kill now, and suddenly he knocks Murugan out. He then asks Ambu did it really help him walk, and then says if it can help him walk, it definitely can give him 1 million ringgit. It just wants a two-legged animal so they can offer Murugan to it. He then asks him what to do next, to which he tells him to untie the bond and set it free. Shankar does the same and frees the skeleton by breaking the chain, and then he himself with Ambu comes out of that pit. He then pulls Murugan out as well, and only then the entity rises and comes out of the pit. He gets up and praises the Almighty and starts looking for something there. He then comes to them and asks them where is the body he asked for, to which they point toward Murugan. He then grabs Murugan and says one's man trash, another man's treasure, and Murugan asks him who he is, to which he says he is known as Poochandi. We then learn that he was punished for mocking Madurai's king and worshipping Lord Shiva and was thrown into the sea with an anchor tied to his body. He says he waited for this opportunity for thousands of years, and now the time for his revenge has arrived. He then sits on him and hands him that coin, after which he transfers himself into his body. After a while, he wakes up in his body, and then leaves there, and we see that Shankar and Ambu have gone mad. We are then told that the real meaning of Poochandi is the relationship between history and religion. There was a dark era in the history of the Tamilians called as era of the 𝐾𝐿. They introduced a new rule as soon as they came to power that nobody must worship Lord Shiva. The devotees of Shiva disobeyed this rule and continued worshipping Lord Shiva and rubbing sacred ashes on their bodies. They were called Poochandi, the followers of Lord Shiva. We then see Murugan on a plane to Madurai holding that coin in his hand, and the movie ends here. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.